Okay, so what we've done here, we've got a 51 millimeter offset, that's 2 inches from the face. That's where we want our front panel of the arcade to go. So we ask Alexa, Alexa, what's 51 plus 65?
51 plus 65 is 116.
So we take our handy dandy caliper here. You can use whatever measuring device you want. But I made some marks at 116 millimeter offset from this edge. And that should land me with a nice... Oh, I just noticed a mistake. My mistake... I'm going to show you my mistake so that you guys can learn from it too. My mistake was I measured my straight edge to the inside cutting edge. That's 65 millimeters. But if I want a 2-inch offset from the face, I need to measure my cutting edge, or my straight edge, to the outside of my cutting edge. And when I set my calipers on that, I get 84 millimeters. So, Alexa, what's 51 plus 84?
59 plus 84 is 143.
Yeah, Alexa, what's 51 plus 84?
51 plus 84 is 135.
135. So right now I'm at 116. I gotta move this out to compensate so that I get my 2-inch reveal here that I want. So, rather make that mistake now than after I've cut it. Here we go. Okay, I've corrected my mistake. I'm 135 offset now. That's going to leave me my nice 51 millimeter or 2-inch gap. So, what I've done, if you look at the plans, I haven't really specified a length for that panel. I say 946 is kind of this dimension here. Again, I'm going to be deviating a little bit because I had to clean things up with my router, but this dimension isn't critical. All I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this panel to extend above the underside of this so that you get the appearance of a full front panel. There's going to be a little gap, place for you to put your button connections in and everything, but this isn't a critical dimension. I've measured a nice 39-inch round number there so that when I'm cutting another piece of wood, it goes well. But I'm ready to make my first official slot in a final piece. It's a big moment. Big moment. So, the lessons I learned from last time were 2. Don't get your wire caught up here, and don't have a blowout over here. I'm going to be stopping short over here, so I don't have to worry about that blowout. So really, the only thing I have to focus on is don't push too hard on this straight edge, and don't get my wire caught up. My depth is staying the same. There's a hornet after me now. So here we go. There we go. I noticed I had to go beyond my cut line here because I'm going to need to have a full width of a panel in there. Suppose I could have chiseled that as well, but we'll see how that goes. Let's clean it up. I think it went pretty smooth. I don't see any bobbles or any shakes or anything like that. I'm getting used to the way the router feels now. That is a nice clean pipe. Let's take a look. This looks good. Oh, nice and straight. I am happy with that. So the next piece, I'm going to cut this guy here. It's going to be interesting. That's the plan. I think we're going to switch over to time lapse now and see how I do. Okay, well, we pretty much finished this first panel. So we got the bottom. I had to modify my my paper a little bit. I didn't see a really good reason to start this one in here. It would have been just a lot of chiseling and whatnot. So the panel will come down. I think that'll actually look better anyway. So I'll bring that front fascia panel down all the way. Same thing up here. There wasn't a ton of benefit to stopping there, so I'll bring the front all the way up to the top. I did screw up a little bit here. This top piece, as you can see, is not very even. I'm going to call that a dust shelf so that it doesn't all accumulate. I don't know. It's not a big deal. I was looking at the wrong tick. Maybe make some notations on your little ticks when you're doing these. I'll just have to replicate that on the other side. It won't be a big deal. It will be, as I'm walking down into my garage, the part I see, because I plan on installing it basically right here. So I will see it, and I thought about straightening it up, but that's a more obvious mistake. I'm not too concerned about it. The only thing I didn't do is I was gonna notch in some dados along here for my back supports. I'm gonna talk to a woodworking friend before I commit to that though. I'm not 100% convinced that's the strongest way to do it. We'll see. So, oh, my wife's home. She thought she was opening the garage. So, I'm pretty happy, notwithstanding that one obvious screw up. But if you hold the camera like that, it doesn't look so bad, I guess. All right. So now I need to replicate this on that one. Yeah. Okay, so we have two somewhat symmetrical arcade sides. You can see I replicated my little mistake here on this side, so the panel should line up. There was one spot, because I was working backwards with the router, I have to push it in the opposite direction, which I discovered over here. I did overshoot this one. My geometry was based on an offset from there, and I assumed it there, but that should not really be an issue because this panel is going to completely cover up that mistake. That's going to be in the back of the cabinet. You shouldn't see it. So, if my math is right, which my math typically is, it's my workmanship that's usually the other more realistic question mark. Those are my two completed end panels to my arcade. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I am learning here as I'm going along. This is my first time ever making one of these, so if you're following along and you're watching this trying to learn, pay attention to my mistakes. Watch this through first. Figure out where I went wrong so that you can do it better on your own. Again, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.